It's 11:45 p.m. on a Thursday. You're lying in bed, the blue light of your phone illuminating your face. You've got your banking app open, staring at a number that never seems to change quite enough, and you're doing the midnight math. If I pay rent, electricity, and that credit card minimum, do I have enough left over for the good groceries, or am I back to the generic brand? You've done everything you were told to do. You show up, you log the hours, you skip the expensive coffee, and you solve problems all day. Yet you feel this persistent, grinding ache that you are being shortchanged by life. Instead of just feeling tired, you feel a quiet, simmering resentment. You feel unvalued, a little invisible, and deeply, profoundly stuck. Why? It's not just about wanting a flashy lifestyle or a sports car. To your brain, that gap between your effort and your bank account is a survival mismatch. Today, we're looking at why working hard in the modern economy makes us feel fundamentally cheated. We're talking about wage decoupling, the exhaustion premium, and why your gut feeling that the math isn't mathing is 100% correct. Let's start with the psychological friction. If you got a 5% raise last year, you probably expected to feel a massive wave of relief. But within 2 months, that relief vanished, evaporated by a random rent hike, a spike in insurance, or just the general, creeping cost of existing. Welcome to the survival treadmill. Human psychology is wired for progress. In evolutionary terms, if you spend an entire day hunting and gathering, your brain expects a proportional bounty of food and security. There is a direct, hardwired link between energy expended and safety secured. But in the modern workplace, that link is broken. You can pour 60 hours of intense mental and emotional labor into a project, and your reward is the exact same direct deposit on Friday. Your brain registers the massive energy expenditure, but detects zero increase in your actual safety or freedom. The annoyance and anxiety you feel isn't greed. It's your primal survival mechanism throwing a red flag because you are burning fuel without building a reserve. Now, let's look at a brutal, real-world reality that proves you aren't crazy. Look at what's currently happening in the housing market. In 2026, the average home price in the US has reached historic highs, while mortgage rates have stubborned out at levels that make buying a starter home look like a pipe dream for anyone making a normal salary. In the 1970s and 80s, a single average income could reliably buy a house, support a family, and buy a lawnmower. Today, you can have a master's degree, work a corporate job, and still be priced out of a 2-bedroom apartment in your hometown. This is the great baseline shift. It reveals the revelatory truth behind why you feel underpaid. The goalposts didn't just move. They were loaded onto a truck and driven into another zip code. When your parents told you to work hard and save, the math worked. Today, the cost of basic human necessities, housing, healthcare, education, has completely detached from average wages. You feel underpaid because you are underpaid relative to the cost of standard human dignity. You are running at a sprint just to stay in the exact same place. We've all heard the corporate gaslighting. We offer a competitive culture, casual Fridays, and a great team dynamic. But when you look at the company's quarterly earnings, the profit charts look like a mountain range, while your salary chart looks like a flat highway. This triggers our exploitation radar. Humans have an incredibly sensitive fairness circuit. In anthropological studies, even monkeys will throw a fit if they see another monkey get a grape for the same task they only got a cucumber for. We are hardwired to notice when the distribution of rewards is unbalanced. In the modern corporate structure, productivity has soared thanks to technology. You are doing the work of 3 people from 20 years ago, thanks to Slack, email, and automation. But that surplus value doesn't show up in your paycheck. It gets swallowed up by overhead, stock buybacks, and executive bonuses. Your brain senses this asymmetry perfectly. That irritation you feel at work isn't laziness. It's your natural radar realizing that you are providing a gold-tier effort for a bronze-tier return. Think about what your job actually requires from you. It's not just typing on a keyboard or moving boxes. It's smiling at an angry customer. It's navigating the toxic, passive aggression of a middle manager. It's holding your tongue when someone takes credit for your idea. This is emotional labor, and it is completely unpriced. When a company calculates your wage, they pay for your time and your technical skill. They do not pay for the mental bandwidth it takes to keep your composure, the anxiety you carry home on the weekend, or the Sunday scaries that ruin your evening. This introduces the exhaustion premium. You are spending finite, irreplaceable human life energy to keep the gears turning, but the financial compensation only covers the physical presence. When you look at your paycheck and think, this doesn't cover the amount of stress I endure, you are making a completely logical economic calculation. Your soul is paying a tax that the company isn't reimbursing. Here is where we need to stop and take a deep breath, because this is the most important part of the video. It is not your fault. We live in a culture that has weaponized hustle porn. We are bombarded with videos telling us that if we just woke up at 4 a.m., drank green juice, and took on a third side hustle, we'd be wealthy. The system is designed to internalize systemic economic issues as personal moral failures. If you feel broke, the internet tells you it's because you bought avocado toast or lacked discipline. But that is a lie designed to keep you quiet. The reality is that you are living through a bizarre economic anomaly, where the wealth generated by human labor is at an all-time high, but the distribution to the actual laborers is at a historic low. Your stress, your exhaustion, and your budget anxiety are not proof that you are failing. They are proof that you are surviving a system that is currently tilted against you. At the end of the day, feeling underpaid is a deeply uncomfortable emotion, but it carries a hidden spark of self-respect. It means that despite all the corporate messaging, despite the low offers and the slow raises, you still know what you are worth. Your resentment is actually your dignity refusing to accept that a number on a spreadsheet defines your value as a human being. Your worth is not determined by what a HR department budgeted for your department this fiscal year. You are more than your output, more than your productivity, and infinitely more valuable than the cash flow you generate for someone else's company. So the next time you do the midnight math, let go of the guilt. Take a look at that bank account, acknowledge the systemic madness, and remember that you are doing an incredible job navigating a rigged map. If you are currently watching this on your lunch break or pretending to work a spreadsheet while hiding from your boss, hit that like button. Subscribe for more honest, unfiltered looks at the reality of being alive today. And tell me in the comments, what is the most ridiculous perk a company has ever offered you instead of just giving you a raise? I'll see you in the next one. Protect your peace, know your worth, and for the love of God, stop giving 110% to a job that would replace you in a week.